Alright guys, James here, and today I have a video for you guys for The Division with some insight and in-depth look at some of the new gadgets and skills that is going to be in The Division for your character. Now this is a condensed version. This website leaked a lot of the skills, but a large proportion of them we already know about and have seen. So I don't feel that I have to talk you about every single one of them, because otherwise this video would be like all fucking day. So here goes! So the first thing is the Adrenaline Boost. This is a very kind of simple ability that we've seen in a lot of games, and it's simply an ability that recovers the friendly target's health and stamina by 500. It costs 2 skill points to purchase the ability. Now you can probably upgrade it so it does better and better, and it doesn't specify if it does the player's health and stamina or your teammates, but there's probably going to be an ability so you can do it to both. The second is the Auto Turret. We saw this in the first ever gameplay reveal for The Division, and it's simply kind of like a sentry gun. You see him put it down on the bonnet of the car and it starts to spray down enemies. You can upgrade it to tier 2 and to tier 3. In tier 2 it has incendiary rounds which do more damage and maybe have the ability to set people on fire in a chance, but at tier 3 it actually becomes a full-blown flamethrower, which I think is quite useful, but I don't think it'd be great for all situations because obviously the range possibly won't be as good as a machine gun, because obviously flames have a certain limit. The third ability is the Distraction Device. It's a short-ranged acoustic device that distracts target, and it costs 3 skill points to buy as opposed to 2 on the Adrenaline Boost. Now this is simply just going to be something that you could throw, probably for a stealth element, to the other side of a road somewhere, luring enemies over to them so you can get behind them, get a better vantage point. So for those sorts of situations it's going to work out very well. These are all abilities, by the way, but some of them do seem a bit more gadgety. Like, some are more just skill-based to upgrade your overall armor and things like that, but some of these things are actual physical things. One of them, for example, this is the Firefly. It's a drone that you deploy yourself, similar to the one of Ghost Recon, and basically it does a kind of strobe blinding effect to your targets, meaning that you can then go around behind them and take them down. It's a very good distraction device, but this is more of an offensive one as opposed to the noise one. The next ability or skill seems a little different than we've seen in most games, and it kind of stands out in the list. It's called Indomitable. Now, it's quite interesting. It says, protects the operative from crowds, ensures health does not go below 1 for 3 seconds, and it costs 4 skill points, so it's probably something you'll get a little later on. Now, it jumps out at me because it says it protects you from crowds, so I guess from this, similar to the second gameplay reveal we saw with the guy with the axe, there could be moments where a variety of enemies could try and swarm you with melee, and somehow you can't engage all the targets at the same time. So I guess you'd initiate this, so even if they're slashing at you, you could run through the crowd and your health wouldn't go below 1, so it means you wouldn't actually die. So you'd have that slight benefit and you might be able to get yourself out. So the next one's Link. There's no description for this, and there is no tier 3 upgrade, so there's just going to be 2 upgrades you can do for it. It could be a form of like hacking or something to do with the heal. It sounds to me like it's something from a distance, considering that on the heal you could upgrade it to Link Revive. So Link probably has something to do with engaging something from a distance. The next one is Optical Cloak, which sounds pretty cool. There's no description available for this, but for me, I would probably reckon it's going to be some form of invisibility. Maybe not entire invisibility, just like a slightly, you can't be seen to an extent. So maybe if you walk around the side, usually where an enemy might see you, they might not, maybe it just gives you a slight form of invisibility or camouflage. Could even just be like a few seconds, but that's all you need really to get, out of the way of enemies. The next one is Pulse. This one seems quite a mouthful. It seems quite interesting. It says it releases an optical pulse in a 60-meter radius. All targets within range get highlighted across walls and other objects, and it costs 2 skill points at the beginning, meaning you have to get more skill points to upgrade it. The next one says Shockwave. Not much description for this, it just says strikes nearby enemies. It's probably just some form of like boom that pushes enemies back. Not as much as like a fuss radar, but you know what I mean. And then the final thing is the Tesla Trap. And Tesla is electricity, I'm sure you know that. It's a proximity mine, so obviously you'll stick it down on the ground and it will stay there, and the target will have to walk over to it for it to explode. On tier 1 it just stuns them, meaning that it probably doesn't do that much damage, but it puts them in a state of shock where they can't do much, so you can then kill them. But then it causes a lot more damage when it's upgraded. So yeah, that's all of the abilities, skills. This website leaked. So we've seen gameplay for the majority of these, although we don't know exactly how all of these are going to work. So yeah, I just figured I'd do this. The Division's looking sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it informative. And I'll see you sexy bastards next time.
That's what I was thinking.
That's huge.
Let's try to get medical online first.
No! Oh my
Hey! 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 Stop it! Stop it!